seen no shortage of laser rangefinders on the market in the last couple of years, but Leupold's got something this year that is significantly different. This is Leupold's Fulldraw 4. This is a rangefinder that's really purpose-built for archers, and a couple of specific groups of archers, either competitive 3D competitors, obviously, or long-distance hunters. You think about it, a lot of the rangefinders on the market right now give you a shooting solution that's based on standard trigonometry. You've got a target at a certain distance with a certain incline. The guts of this give you a solution that is an incline-adjusted shooting solution. This goes a step further. You still have the trigonometry guts in here, but it gives you a ballistic solution. So this will be really familiar to long-range rifle shooters. You have inputs that give you a trajectory over that distance, so that no matter if you're shooting close in at, say, 10 to 15 yards, or all the way out, a 3D target could be as far as 100 yards at some of these competitions. It's going to give you the solution based on that parabola of your actual arrow flight path. It does it with a couple of different inputs. So when you get this, you're going to input 3 different factors. You're going to input your arrow grain weight, you're going to input your velocity of your arrow, and that's measured at 3 feet from your release point. That's an IBO standard. It's common in the archery world. That gives you your velocity. And then you're going to enter your peep height. So the distance from the center of your arrow to the top of or the middle of your peep sight. And that's going to give you, in riflery world, we call that the bore height. With those 3 inputs, you get, when you range a target, it's going to give you the actual flight path solution. One of the interesting things, it actually gives you one more detail. It gives you a little tick. It's an illuminated point in the field of view of this. That's the high point of the flight path. Why does that matter? If you have an obstruction that's somewhere in the flight path of that arrow, it's obviously going to impede the flight. So that line of that high point on your arrow's flight path is important, because if that obstruction is beyond your target, you don't have anything to worry about. It's not going to impede your arrow's flight. If it is in between your location and your target, then you have to figure out if you need to adjust your location or adjust anything about that flight path to clear that obstruction. Obviously, ergonomically, this shares all of the same profile as Leupold's other rangefinders. It's compact. It's got intensity brightnesses, so you can adjust the display. It retails for $549, and you should see it in the spring, which is just in time for your next competitive archery league.